Eastern Kentucky, where I was raised, where the wildlife and mountains call my name. I was born to hunt, I was born to guide, a camouflage on a rifle by my side. Just good old country boys chasing dreams in the Appalachian Mountains, fields and streams. From those white-tailed bucks strutting toms, the bugling elks they're on the run. Where those dreams are made, the trophies is our game. The TLC Outfitters is our name. The coyotes run all night. It's music to my ears and in my sights. I've got this hunting fever down in my bones. Glad my daddy taught me everything I know. From those white-tailed bucks to strutting toms, the bugling elks are on the run. Where dreams are made, the trophies is our game. The TLC Outfitters is our name. From those white-tailed bucks to strutting toms, the bugling elks they're on the run. Where dreams are made, the trophies is our game. The TLC Outfitters is our name. The TLC Outfitters is our name.
Hey everybody, happy Tuesday night. Welcome to On Air and Outdoors with TLC Outfitters. Hope everybody has had a great week. I'm going to tell you something, Matt. It's going to be hard to beat the week we've had so far.
It sure is, buddy. I'll tell you what, I'm glad we're on air and outdoors, or I guess we should be on air or outdoors, because if you're outdoors right now, it's cold.
Oh, man, it has been a freezer for sure. We're up here in, I guess we'd say Central Ohio, with Central North, Central Ohio.
Yeah, Central, North Central, something like that.
Yeah, and while folks back at home are enjoying those nice 40 and 30-degree days, we're up here in these 20s and teens.
I talked to Jill earlier. She said it was 21 degrees there.
So they're getting a little bit of that dip too. So
I'm not sure they're getting those 30-mile-an-hour winds like we've experienced the last couple of days, though.
Seems like everywhere we go, man, the wind follows. You know, down there, Captain Diamond, Justin Diamond down there in Florida on the Gulf, windy and gusting that night. And now up here being gusting 20, 30 miles an hour. But you know what? It didn't skunk us this week.
No, we've seen several deer up here. Actually, you know what? I seen 7 or 8 deer tonight. Not necessarily shooters as far deep in the woods as where we were. Not exactly what we were looking for, but somebody in this group capitalized this morning.
Yep, we'll talk about that in just a few moments. If y'all have not done so, please like and share this video. Get the word out there about all things on air and outdoors. We've also got Cal Firearm Week 1 season to talk about. Been a very successful week for TLC Outfitters and some of the other folks. And it's also been pretty tough for some other people. We're going to be talking about all those numbers here in just a moment with deer season and with the Kentucky elk season as we're rounding out Cal Firearm Week 1 tomorrow. So pretty good deal. We appreciate everybody tuning in. We got a few folks joining us. As always, we appreciate Gator Paul all the way down there in Florida. Hey, Gator Paul, I know you're not dealing with any 20s down there in your neck of the woods, so hope y'all are staying warm down there. Thanks for joining. Miss Tiffany says, hello, everyone. We're going to be seeing a little bit from her successful hunt here in just a few moments. Our number one fan, my mama, says, hello, fellers. Hello, mama. Hope you're doing good. Justin Tinsley, oh, my God, from the shop, the new burgers. Yum, yum. You know, I bet he sent them to you, too. He sent you those new burgers in the frying pan?
He sent me something there. I've not had a chance to look at it, but.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Wayne Hardwick says, hey, guys, 33 degrees tonight in the Sunshine State. Now, let me tell you something. Some of the coldest temperatures I've ever experienced has been around that 40 mark and 40-some in Florida. I'd say 33 down there with that wind blowing from each side of them. Man, I'd say that is cold.
Yeah, but now, when we was down there gator hunting, man, it was chilly. It was low 40s or what have you. There in the mornings when we got out there on that water and things and moving on that boat, it was pretty brisk. But now it did not stand. It was nowhere close to what it was this morning.
Yeah. When you take a bottle of water, I know our buddy said his bottle of water froze today, and it just out in his backpack or out in the truck or whatever. So that's pretty.
That was in the cabin at 72 degrees, and in a 3-hour hunt, it froze solid. So that tells you how cold it was.
That's right. And Miss Whitley says, good job. Appreciate that, Miss Whitley. Thank you very much. Paul says 38 this morning. High was 55. Whew.
Balmy, buddy. Balmy.
Yeah. And Scott says, hey, guys. Hey, Scott, one of our successful elk hunters and part of the TLC family. Now we appreciate him and all of our hunters coming our way. We have to say a happy birthday. This is Miss Lisa's birthday week. Wayne's Lisa. So, Miss Lisa, happy birthday from all of us here at TLC Outfitters. We have our very own Paris, Canada, man, talking about the GOAT, laying the hammer down this week.
Yeah, I believe he had 2, didn't he?
Yep, he had 2. Miss Jill, your better half watching. Let's see. Eric, my buddy and co-worker Eric Atkins watching. We got some stuff for you too, Eric, so stay tuned. Our buddy and our very own Tim Lovely watching. Thank you, buddy. Hope you're staying warm over there. And David Banks, buddy. Hope you and yours are doing well. Hope everybody had a good let's see, what are we coming out of, man? I've kind of lost track with everything. Are we coming out of Thanksgiving? Yeah, we're in between Thanksgiving, so hope everybody had a good turkey day too.
Coming out of Thanksgiving, coming out of Kentucky gun season.
All kinds of stuff going on and lots more coming up. Let's talk about a few of these.
Before we get too far along, I have a question for you. Obviously, we're not in normal settings tonight, and we kind of had to separate ourselves in this cabin up here in Ohio, just from a feedback standpoint on the audio. But how did you get the good background of the stove and the sink? And I got stuck in this bedroom back here. I want to know how you got the good background.
Well, it's funny that you may ask that, Mr. Woolwine. And the answer to that is when you're the first man to harvest, you get to set out a hunt and get set up.
Yeah, I got you.
I got you. We'll talk about that in just a few moments. You just giving me a fair chance. I know how you operate.
Yeah, I'm about done. It's pretty cold tomorrow morning.
It's real cold.
Buddy.
We'll get to some of these pictures, then we'll talk about what we're doing up here. But one thing, last week you'd asked me to put up a picture and a pretty good story behind it. And, I really want to pop this up. I apologize last week to everybody for not getting this picture up, but I'm going to pop this up. Very special hunt, and you got a story behind it, and you tell us all about this right here. This harvest. Keep in mind, everybody, that Kentucky, everybody knows it's probably it's watched, but Kentucky firearm deer season just ended Sunday. That was the last day. So we're talking about Kentucky firearm season.
Well, this is my dear friend and preacher at the church we go to. This is his son. So Pastor Dan, and then this is Daniel. And Daniel Dan's from Michigan originally, and grew up doing some hunting and things like that, and enjoys the outdoors, but doesn't necessarily have the opportunity or the acreage to go out and deer hunt, each year and things like that. So Daniel here, his son, is 14 years old, and a year or two back, he got into enjoying the deer hunting thing and wanted to try to start hunting a little bit. And we had a fantastic member of our church that took him under his wing and become Daniel's mentor and took him out and hunted a lot with him. Spent a lot of quality time outdoors and in the, spent that time with each other, and thank goodness, Daniel had a mentor that he could really get to know and love. And unfortunately, last year or maybe the year before, Daniel was able to take his first deer, and so that was a young doe, and he was super excited, and they went out pretty often to hunt together and things. And unexpectedly, kind of, Tommy, his mentor, passed away several months back, and so that left Daniel without a mentor, and left him without maybe a lot of places to hunt. So this year we said, hey, let's try to get Daniel a buck, his first buck. So was able to take him out a couple times there, and lo and behold, this is Daniel's first buck. So he's really excited, and I think was able to reminisce on some of the times that him and Tommy spent together and things, but was able to, and he was a great student. I hadn't hunted with Daniel before this year, and he was very excited, but very willing to listen and be safe about everything, and ask questions that made me think that we're instilling a passion for years to come. It wasn't just, can I shoot the biggest buck? How do I kill the biggest buck? It was, why is that deer doing that? Or why do, these turkeys do this, all this stuff. It was questions that instill passion and not just the love for pulling the trigger. And so, long story already, but try to make it shorter here. Old Tommy, when Tommy passed away, he had a fantastic family and children that decided, since Daniel was able to harvest his first deer with Tommy's gun, when Tommy passed away, they actually handed that gun down to Daniel. So Daniel was able to take his first buck here with Tommy's old gun, and I don't think it could have been a better story, really.
Yeah, man, that is awesome. And that's what we try to tell people about. I think a lot of times people think that we're just out there, it's all about the harvest. It's not all about the harvest. And why are we so, man, I seen a comment the other day talking about how, I don't want to get deep into this or get on a rant and rave or whatever, but it talks about how, and of course it's about outfitters. Talks about, they advocate for this and they advocate for that, but they, it's all about the money. It's all about this. That's the biggest load of crock I've ever heard of. Yes, we're in business, but here's the thing about it. If we don't take our youth, and not just youth, young and young at heart, if we don't create hunters, fishermen and women, and when I say hunters, I'm talking about boys and girls. If we don't create that and instill that passion that was instilled in us, who's going to be here to protect it? You can look at license sales and you can look at, all the things, and you can tell that there's been a dive and a deal, in some of that stuff. So when we talk about this, I know people look at this and they say, oh, that's great. Somebody killed a deer. When I see that right there, when I look at that photo right there, that's a protector. that's somebody that when you and I are gone, hopefully, you and others have helped instilled in somebody that's going to carry on this tradition. Because, if there's nobody that cares about the resources, there's nobody to protect it. So, hunting is so much more than just going out and trying to kill an animal. There's a whole lot more to it.
It's just like this trip we're on right now, Trandy. I mean, TJ's passion for the outdoors was set in motion by his dad. And from the time TJ was about 10 years old, now they were, he's originally from Ohio. And so from the time that TJ was about 10 years old, they went every year. They went, whether it was just the two of them or it was 20 guys together. They went and they hunted public land during the gun season in Ohio. And, you and I both know that public land in Ohio is not the ideal situation if you're trying to kill a giant deer. And so them guys got together, they enjoyed hunting together. They enjoyed the meat that it yielded, and they enjoyed the camaraderie in camp with each other, and they did it year after year after year. And TJ's told me in the past that the only year that he has not hunted Ohio for opening gun season was the year that he was deployed to Iraq. And, you think about that. If he started hunting when he was 10, he's been coming up here almost 35 years. Or he's been hunting public land in Ohio almost 35 years.
Yeah.
And, now we're all friends. We're up here. And look, I seen 7 or 8 deer tonight. I didn't kill one.
Yep.
I'm not here for that. I mean, if a deer walks out and it's something that strikes my interest, then yes, I'm going to shoot it. But it's not why I'm here. I'm here for the camaraderie. I'm here. The hunting is a bonus. I'm telling you, the hunting's a bonus. And every now and then, you get to kill a good one, something that you're proud of. Of course, I've got freezers full of meat upon freezers full of meat. And so I'm up here. I'm actually hunting for a big, big buck. That's what I want. And anyway, it's just everybody has different reasons, but if you're closed-minded on what it's all about, you're going to miss out a lot of experiences that are going to build a lot of memories for years to come.
That's right. Absolutely. Daniel Miller Jr. says Daniel came home grinning like a possum.
Hey, I'm glad y'all are watching, Daniel. Dan, you tell him we said hello and congratulations, and make sure that he knows that he has been displayed now for the millions and millions of viewers across the world. He's famous.
That's right, man. Congratulations, Daniel, from all of us here at TLC Outfitters, man. You and others, keep it going, man. Keep it going. Way to go.
Hey, Dan, your meat will be at my house tomorrow night, by the way. Hope you got freezer room.
Yeah. There you go. What is this with you and food? Gator Paul says, so Matt don't eat all the food?
Buddy, I don't know where this whole food thing come from. I do like to eat, though.
Yeah. Tyler Smith says, Eleanor and I are checking in, man. Hey, Tyler, hope you and Eleanor and the whole family's doing good, man. Daniel says that Daniel is listening too.
Yeah. Great.
Bub says, I have taken 2 deer in 2 years on public land in Ohio. I really think they got the public land figured out up there. And Bub, I tell you, growing up, that's all we hunted, until, I got up older and could help and do things. And then we started in on the private land deal. I mean, we hunted Cave Run, for a long time. That's where my dad wanted to hunt. I mean, my dad hunted Cave Run since 1980. And right up to the time he passed, the year he passed, he tagged out on turkeys, at Cave Run. So They do up here. I feel like, even though we know private ground is better, exponentially better. If you don't have anything else, Ohio has got a great opportunity all across the state. Lots of public land, and Ohio's kind of like Christmas morning, man. You never know what you're going to run into. We were talking about some of the bucks we've seen posted on some of these groups since Ohio season's been in, and some of them's been public land bucks. Some great public land bucks. Says Dad and I have many memories, has many hours on cave run, still love it. Me too, man. We still like it too. Dan says, sounds great. Thank you, man. Thanks for instilling some things that's going to grow into some great things in that young man. Very good. We get ready to take a look at Tiffany's. Tiffany is our buddy Nathan Gerald's better half. Says, wait till you hear about my story. I had the shake so bad. I shot him once, missed him, and he just stood there and never flinched. Then shot him again. Nathan said, I was a hot mess, grabbed me and told me to calm the heck down. I was on the ground in the rain, freehanding. I hope next year I will do better. Well, I tell you, Miss Tiffany, it's pretty hard to do better than a harvest. And here's Miss Tiffany with a nice Kentucky 8-point. So, and man, we talk about youth all the time. The thing that I like to see now, it's been an ever-changing world for some time now, is the ladies in the outdoors. Jill hunts, my mom hunts. Here we have Miss Tiffany. All three of TJ's girls, his wife and his two girls, they hunt. And, man, that's a welcome sight, because now you not only have Dad, preaching hunting, but you get a different perspective from Mom teaching hunting as well. And this is something else that sometimes we don't focus on, is the ladies in the outdoors, And right here's one right here, that we seen the harvest from last week. Says, I love the experiences of hunting. And, man, for a long time, everybody thought it was, just for guys. Hunting's not just for guys anymore. It's for the whole family. And what better way to promote youth than Mom and Dad both hunt?
Yeah, if Mom and Dad are both out there, most likely the youth are, their kids are going to fall in love with it too.
Yeah. And Candace says, whatever the case may be.
I don't understand. I really don't.
Jill's created a monster, babe. Talking about some more youth. Here is my cohort, my coworker, Eric, with his daughter Emma, taking her first deer. So, way to go, Emma, and way to go, Dad, for getting her out there, man. Way to go. And what makes it even better, his dad turned around and took Mr. Isaac, and he got a nice deer. That's a proud papa right there, man. Awesome. Way to go, Emma, and way to go, Isaac. Congratulations from all of us. Let's see. Who else do I have? Well, so we're up here in Ohio. We're up here on this. I'd like to, I don't know, man. I guess we call it kind of a, you've been up here with these guys, and I was very fortunate to be able to get the invite to come up and hunt with you guys. You and I have hunted a bunch. I've got to hunt a little bit with TJ. TJ's longtime buddy, your buddy, and my new buddy, Adam's up here with us. And it's been a great week. It's been a great opening few days of Ohio firearm season. We came up here, everybody likes to kill, but harvesting is just, the icing on the cake. But it's been a good week, a lot of laughs, a lot of memories. But we had some success today, and it come in the form of me getting a harvest, which I'm very thankful for, and a pretty nice public land deer. So, And as you can see, yes, that is snow on the ground. I mean, just a beautiful setting here, man. Just the whole dynamic of this hunt has been unique and has been just a really fulfilling week.
I don't know who that photographer was, but man, that guy is good.
But I'll tell you what, that's pretty good. But besides that speck of snow in my eye right there, can you?
Eyeball, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And then, how did you do it with no hands?
Hey, it trade secret, you know.
That's right. But man, that's not a 160-inch bruiser or anything like that. But I'm gonna tell you right now, to me, to be able to come up here with my brothers, in the outdoors, to be able to have this experience, to be able to, do everything we've done and to remember our dads and to remember, TJ's dad, the real reason for being here and everything, man. It just, words has no, there's no words to capture what today means in this whole trip.
Yeah, so, I enjoy coming up here, and I mean, I say it all the time, but I don't come up here for the hunting. I mean, it's just part of what we do when we're here. But being in this cabin, that truck ride up here, truck ride back, spending time with guys that enjoy doing the same things that you enjoy doing. There's just so much that goes on at deer camp that to me outweighs the hunting.
That's right. Absolutely. Our buddy Earl Dwayne, hey, man, hope you're having a good week. Thanks for tuning in, brother. We appreciate you very much. Appreciate everything you do for the other four-legged critter, all the bears, and advocating for them and everything. Thank you so much for that. We appreciate it. Trying to make sure I got everybody here. Before we move on, man, and we move into elk, let's talk a little bit about deer. So I looked up the numbers, got the numbers off of fw.ky.gov. So 127,386 total deer harvested in the state of Kentucky to this point. Firearms, modern firearms, 101,375. Black powder, 4,105. And then between archery and crossbow, about 22,000. So that rounds out the Kentucky deer season to where we're at now. I mean, that's a great season to this point. And so we still got late muzzleloader season, late black powder to go. So there'll be 9 days of that. So those numbers will go up. And then, a lot of people discredit late archery. If you've not filled that buck tag, with the 3 firearm seasons, early muzzleloader, late muzzleloader, modern firearm, if you've not filled that buck tag, late archery is a great time. And it's not time to give up, man, because them bucks is coming out of rut. They're ran down. They've lost weight. And it is time, just like at the beginning of the season, to manipulate those bait sites or those food sources, whether that's food plots, whether that's, your bait that you're putting out, or whatever. They are going to hone in that, and you can kind of get back into pattern those deer a lot better coming out of that rut. So if you haven't filled your buck tag, no better time to be out in the deer woods than late archery.
If you got access to green fields, that's where you need to be, folks.
That's right. Absolutely. Very good. So, and I just want to say congratulations to all the Kentucky elk hunters, Kentucky deer hunters. That whether you're resident, non-resident, whether you harvested or you didn't harvest, if you got out there and you took somebody hunting, or you got out there and you got to enjoy the great outdoors, what the Lord has gave us. I mean, that's a win-win. So my mom says congratulations. I didn't get to hunt because of COVID, but still so blessed. Hunted the first morning of open season and was too sick to be out there. Looking forward to turkey season. That when mama's not harvesting, she's not feeling too good, but we're looking forward to turkey season. So hopefully, and who knows, black powder, she's pretty good black powder shot too.
I say tamp that old flintlock down for her, buddy.
Yeah, I bet she can shoot a whole lot better than I can. I guarantee you that. So let's move on to talk a little bit about elk. Man, we had a really good elk cow firearm season. And starting out with, of course, the GOAT. You know who the GOAT is?
Old Paris.
Paris, Canada. Getting on the board with my long time friend, Lee Rust, come to hunt with us. He's been down here a few times with other hunters, but he finally drew a tag and he got to come down and he got to hunt with the best. And we're gonna have to talk to them about their photography skills, but I think them smiles and that bond right there says it all.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
So that's number one for Paris. And then we got to go over and we got to talk about if you're the GOAT and you're a young, but you're a young GOAT, you're what, a kid? Is that what
Yes. Yeah.
So here's a guy, and boy, old Corey and the rest of them's going to give me a hard time. But here's a guy whose proof's in the pudding, buddy. I mean, batting 1,000.
Yeah.
Batting 1,000, laying them down. Mr. Aaron, we're going to call him Aaron the Kid.
That's right. The kid.
The kid.
Like Billy the kid, but Aaron the kid.
That's right, brother. With our new TLC family, John, and their successful harvest, man, just way to go. We appreciate Aaron so much. Fantastic job. And then Paris said, you know what? I'm not going to let anybody one-up me. He gets Lee's buddy a cow. So this is Mr. Jack. So just absolutely great week for us, man. Our good buddy Skip is still hunting with us. We're hopeful for him tomorrow to get one, but it's been a pretty good week for us here at TLC Outfitters in the elk woods during cow firearm season. And congratulations to all of the Kentucky elk hunters and for your harvest or just being able to get out there and being part of the tradition. Let's talk a little bit about elk numbers, Matt. So to date, 472 tags that's been able to hunt. We got to finish up with last week of archery, either sex archery, and then, of course, cow firearm week 2. What are we doing this for, buddy?
I'm just running things through my head, buddy.
I got you.
Let's just say that TLC may have done a little bit better than everybody else combined.
Yeah. Yep. So permits available. 175 archery permits. Now, this is available, okay? This is what was given out, the 594. Bull week 1, 75. Bull week 2, 75. Cow week 1, 122. Cow week 2, 122. And youth tags, 25. Okay? So, to date, there's been 162 out of 472 harvest. So, 162 elk out of 472 possible. Now, this does not have commission tags, and this does not have landowner tags. Okay, this is state drawn tags. So some of these is probably those harvest numbers. Keep in mind that 162 is probably a few of the commission tags and landowner tags. Matter of fact, I know it is. I didn't separate those out. So there's a few more tags available than 472, but 162 harvest. 119 bulls, 43 females, cows. 43 cows. And that would have been either sex archery and cow firearm week 1. Okay. 16 archeries, which that's compound or long bows or anything but a crossbow. 32 crossbows, 114 firearm, and no muzzleloader kills. No muzzleloader kills. So rounding out about 34% harvest. Yeah. Pretty tough.
Pretty tough elk season, buddy.
Yeah.
I think last year, if I remember correctly, at the end of the season, the state was right at 40%.
Yeah. Maybe about 42, 43, right around 40, something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, maybe. And so that number looks like it's going to be slightly down possibly this year, which is kind of what we expected.
Yep. So, we've been very fortunate here, to say the least. So, I'd like to say we've got 100%. Nobody's got 100%. Not unless you're taking one out, and that's the only you got a good area or something, or maybe a couple. But
no, I think TLC's about double the state rate.
yeah, yeah. So, and our opportunities even more than that. So, yeah. So we've done pretty good, and we wear them all on our sleeve. I mean, we want everybody. It doesn't matter who you go with. We want everybody to be successful. So, very good. We're going to be heading into to the last week of elk archery, and we got some hunters this weekend. So, be on alert for those updates. We're pretty excited to be back out in the elk woods this coming weekend. So, and man, December the 1st. I know you're chomping at the bit. December the 1st, and I can tell you right now, December the 1st is not about camaraderie. December the 1st is not about a good hike or a good experience. But December the 1st brings about what? 4 months of all about the harvest.
Yeah, eradication is a strong word, and I'm not really trying to do that, but I can say this, on our personal farm there, we were able to kill, I don't know, several, 7, 8, I don't know, I can't remember, coyotes last year around this time, coming into early spring. And I'll tell you, man, we've seen more deer this year. We've seen more turkeys this year. We're getting more pictures on our trail cameras. I can go out at night with a thermal, and there's rabbits running everywhere. It's just, I get it. You cannot wipe out a species like a coyote if all you're doing is trying to shoot them. But the fact is we wiped out enough of them that I think it's already made a difference in how. Okay, let's say it didn't help the population. It just made the animals that were there more comfortable to come out. Instead of getting harassed all the time by something that's trying to eat them, now they're kind of doing their own thing and maybe forgot about, hey, we can't go to that farm because there's 10 coyotes over there that's going to chase us down. And so, I think it's helped a little bit. I can't guarantee you that that's what it was, but I can tell you this: we killed several coyotes, and this year we've seen more game animals than we've seen for a long, long time.
Man, that's there's no doubt about it. You hear different, statistical data on how damaging one coyote is. Is it 7 fawns a year? That's hard for me.
That's what they say. 7. I mean, 7 to 11 is the number that I've heard. But let's say they're not bringing down 7. If you've got a 35-pound house dog or a 40-pound house dog, you know how much food it takes to feed that thing for a year. Now you just relate that food to meat that it has to catch in the wild. So if your 40-pound dog goes through 10 50-pound bags of feed a year, that's 500 pounds. 500 pounds of game meat, that's a lot on a small farm.
That's right. It sure is. And I like what you talked there about the stress. Those animals, I mean, they know, it's no different than us. It's like no different than somebody going to a work site or somebody. You know the dangers. You operate at different levels of stress depending on what you do. And for those animals not to be stressed or not to be chased or not to be hurt or injured or have anything, that's a big thing. And then, just the fact that you're taking out an apex predator. I would imagine that coyotes a little bit. I mean, I don't know how much farther you can go past that, but they're opportunistic killers. And even though and it's just like when we had John Collins on there, he's like, I don't want to eradicate them, but we definitely need to lessen the numbers drastically. I mean, there's no doubt everywhere you talk to, there's a coyote epidemic, and there's a lot of coyotes. But
they've adapted to live in any area, from rural to urban to city streets. So you take an apex predator, and in Kentucky, I mean, let's face it, we've got bobcats that are predators. We've got coyotes that are predators. We got black bears that are predators, and we got domesticated animals that are predators. And aside from birds of prey, right off the bat, that's all I can figure.
Yeah.
So if you're living in an area that's got bobcats and coyotes, and just like John said, John Collins said that night, he said, if you think a 40-pound bobcat can't take down a deer, you're crazy.
Oh,
I mean, yeah, I mean, you think about a 40-pound cat would be no, I mean, a 40-pound fawn would be no match for a 40-pound cat.
If your 15-pound cat decided it wanted to fight, I'd be worried.
Yeah, and you folks that think there's not 40-pound cats out there in the world, let me tell you something. I got one in my deep freeze that is a 40-pound cat. So, you're talking, a big male, but 30 up to 40-pound cats are out there.
Yeah, that's a huge.
And if you think they can't take down a 40, 50-pound fawn, you're badly mistaken.
Yeah. Gator Paul says killing coyote do help. We have more turkey on the ranches we hunt and seeing more fawns. Dan says might need to get into one of those hunts in December.
Hey, Dan, I got you covered, buddy. I got you covered.
A couple of weeks ago, I saw 2 coyotes going after a couple of calves.
Hope they weren't my calves.
Yeah. And I hope in the upcoming week, we're going to have a big announcement. We're going to hold it for right now.
Yeah. Part of that announcement, I hope, has got a lot of harvest pictures with me in them.
That's right. That's right. Folks, don't forget Sandhill Crane season's coming along. We got those guided Sandhill Crane trips. So if anybody's interested and got those coveted Sandhill Crane tags, it's not easy killing cranes. It's almost as tough as killing an elk.
You got to be in the right spot at the right time, buddy.
That's right. And the right spot is crucial. And we've got the right spots, that's for sure. Dan says, farm at the bridge at Oakley Wells.
We know those folks.
They need to die.
They need a little help with their situation. And the guy right up the road could maybe help them out with that.
Justin Tinsley going back to Africa with me, Matt, in 2024?
I don't think I'm going to make it in 24, but now Jill really wants to go. and she's welcome to.
For all your harvest picks?
Oh, your harvest pick.
For all your harvest picks, going back to Africa for all your harvest picks.
Oh, yeah, I guess so.
No.
I don't remember seeing any coyotes in Africa, though.
No. They got some other mean stuff, though, what man could thermal night hunt probably do pretty good with, I'd say.
Yep. That's on my list for next trip for sure.
With that brand new X24.
Yeah, I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
Can't wait to get out there.
Jackal.
Yeah.
Very good.
The African coyote.
Gary Paul says, how about dingoes?
I think that's Australia, Paul.
I think so.
Good effort, though.
Yeah. Have we missed anything, man? Can't think of anything. Hope everybody stays tuned this weekend. I hope to have some more elk harvest and yeah. I know December 1st. I know at 7:00, 7:30 where you're going to be sitting at.
I know. I just hope they're there waiting on me.
Yeah. Look at this. One extreme to the other. Talking about temps, Kobe said it was 118 degrees today.
Golly. Hey, when we was over there, it was 87, 88 degrees for a high. They got a nice swimming pool up there at the lodge. And we asked them, we said, do y'all use that pool much? And they said, not this time of year. And we said, what do you mean? They said, well, it's way too cold to get in that pool. It's 88 degrees outside, son.
Way too cold.
I bet at 118 they're in there.
Yep. Take 100 off of that, and that's what it was this morning here.
Yeah, and 25-mile-an-hour winds.
Gator Paul says he's packing his bag, Justin. He's ready to go. Folks, that's all we got for tonight. We got a deer. We got a deer to work up.
Yeah, somebody's got a deer to work up. If you don't remember, I haven't got my hands bloody this year. Remember?
I remember.
Jill taking care of some, and the couple kids have gutted their first deer. So I'm director. I point and talk, and so I clean hands.
That's right. Folks, that's all we got for you tonight. We appreciate everybody tuning in on air and outdoors. Remember, some things to remember. We've got those sandhill cane hunts coming. You got tags. You and your group's got tags. You need to let us know. We can get you on. We've also got something that's in the near future, man. Dog days. Dog days of winter. Going to be coming up after the Upland Bird European Tower Shoot. That'll be coming up. I mean, we've got all kinds of stuff. What are you shaking your head for, man?
You was breaking up pretty bad there. I think we're lucky to be having the connection that we are, and you started to lose it there pretty bad.
Yeah. Maybe we've taken enough, so it's time to jump off here. Folks, we hope you have a great rest of your week. Hope you all stay tuned, see what all we've got to offer. If you get a chance, take somebody hunting. I don't know if I'll be going fishing, but we've seen some of those folks today and this week. Awful cold for me, but if that's your thing, get people out there. Remember, if you want to know the Creator, look at the creation, and He's gave us a whole big outdoors to be able to enjoy, and we're very thankful this week. I want to say a huge thank you to the great state of Ohio and their Department of Natural Resources for the great public land efforts and all the opportunities that are given to hunters each and every day. Thank you very much. I want to say a huge thank you to TJ and Adam, our cohorts for the week. Thank you for the invite. and just good Lord above for the awesome harvest hunt and everything this week. So very blessed to say the least. And thank you all for tuning in. We'll see y'all back here next week on Air and Outdoors with TLC Outfitters. Y'all have a good one.
Eastern Kentucky, where I was raised, where the wildlife and mountains call my name. I was born to hunt, I was born to guide, a camouflage on a rifle by my side. Just good old country boys chasing dreams in the Appalachian Mountains, fields and streams. From those white-tailed bucks strutting toms, the bugling elks that are on the run. Where those dreams are made, the trophies is our game. The TLC Outfitters is our name.